Hello, hello. My name's Steve Jaguar, and welcome to BeerNative. In this beer review, I'm going to be reviewing or continuing my reviews of the alcohol-free series for Dry January. Let me be clear. I'm not going to be doing all Dry January throughout January because I've decided I'm going to be doing Hump Wednesday. So on Wednesdays, I'm going to be doing, let's just call it a normal craft beer. I would even suggest that I'm deviating from craft beer generally during the alcohol-free area because there's a lot of craft alcohol-free beers, but I want some context. So I'm going to be drinking some of the kind of really normal ones as well that have been out a while. And that is in fact what I'm doing today. You saw at the very beginning, the image that came up is Peroni Libera. I don't know if that's necessarily how you say it. Qualità superior, authentica italiana, anyway, blah, blah, blah. It's Peroni. And if you're familiar with Peroni, if you're in bars in the UK, they come in these kind of tall, fancy, semi-frosted glasses. You know, you might say more style than substance. It's another European lager of many. You can compare it to Kronenberg or Stella or Heineken. It's just one of those, right? And they have an alcohol-free version, and it is 0.0%. And so I'm going to pop that, and I'm gonna drink it. I'm not going to be doing the beer cam today. Why? Because it's actually pretty boring. There's nothing really that interesting about it. You're not going to learn about hops. You're not going to learn about percentages. You're not going to learn about amazing hop characteristics. I'm just doing this for context in that this is one you can get for relatively cheap. But I will provide context into, of course, the brewery, as I always do. So let's take a quick look at that. Where's my boopity-boo, screen capture, shift gears. So believe it or not, this is the Peroni website. Yeah, like what's going on? It looks like a tourist website. And I thought I had it all wrong when I got there. You know you're huge, right? You're a massive company that essentially makes one beer when you don't even have beer on your website. And curtains, like what country? What's going on? I mean, it looks interesting from Italian tourism perspective. Well, look at that. Some food, no beer. And the only place I actually found beer was I went way down here at the bottom. And I clicked on nutritional information. And there we go. There's the original Peroni. And I was curious about nutritional information because a comment on one of my previous videos was, I'm curious about calories, not alcohol. Because I guess some people do Dry January because they overdo the alcohol thing in December and during the holidays. Fair, right? I know that come 5 o'clock, I get this kind of like, a beer would be great because I've had a hard day at work. And alcohol-free beer can make you go, oh, well, I'll have that and trick myself into it. And then you're kind of cool, right? And some of the alcohol-free beers can be really good. So this is the whole point of this journey. But for those people who are actually more concerned about diet and want a good beer and they want low calorie, this is an alternative path. So the original Peroni is actually pretty good. So if you're looking for a light beer with a light calorie profile, it's not too bad. Now, it might be hard to see on here. Let me try and raise it up so you can see the energy. 41 calories per 100 ml. There's 330-ish in a, where's the bottle? Well, let's just look at the bottle. I think this is 330. So you're talking 150 calories for a 330 ml bottle of standard Peroni. So 150 calories. Keep that in mind. And I tried to find the calories in Peroni Libera because the concern was sometimes in order to make particularly lager beers better, they're left with a higher final gravity or there's more sugar in them so that you don't, because the dryness isn't being elevated by the alcohol, various reasons, they don't make it that much better. So here is, as rough as I could find, at NutriCheck, a Peroni Libera, it says it's 73 calories, so roughly half the calories. But what was interesting for me, and actually for people who are in reality doing this because they're sensitive to sugar, this is 17.5 grams of carbs. And if we go back here and look here, that's the wrong one, that's Amazon. And we look at carbs 3.2. So it's a lot drier. The original's a lot drier. So you're getting 9 grams of carbs, which you might react badly to, which are probably booze carbs. And yet in this diet one, you're getting 17.5 grams, of which sugars we don't know. But probably a lot more sugars because there's no alcohol in it. So depending on your profile, an alcohol-free beer for somebody who is hypoglycemic, diabetic, any one of those things, that could be worse than a standard Peroni. But if you're just trying to get rid of alcohol, there we go. So a little bit more insight. In the next alcohol-free beer one, so tune in for that too, I will be talking more about how alcohol-free beer is made free of alcohol. Another way so you can understand why more often than not you end up with lower calories almost by default. It's very hard to find a moment with so much more sugar packed in, you get more calories. So you're generally, if you care about calories, alcohol-free is generally better. But this is a good example where you can see there's a little bit more sugar in there. What I was also curious about with this one is check out Amazon. You can buy beer on Amazon, right? And somebody was complaining that it's expensive. Well, fine. Why would you buy that? But there's a lot of other really good alcohol-free beers on Amazon, believe it or not. Look at all these things you can buy that are alcohol-free. Some I have in my list, some I don't, because there's just such an amazing selection these days. I was surprised. Where's the most important piece of information here? 4.3 out of 5 review. I haven't gone to Untappd, but I've been corrupted by Amazon. Never thought that was going to happen. Great taste with no aftershock. But why? More expensive than alcohol. Love this flavorsome Peroni. Oh, come on. You were paid to do that. Verified purchase. Becca knows. 1 star. Great beer, but not value for money. Why is that 1 star? Who are you? Whatever you are, Chris Templeman. 1 star? You just said it was a great beer. Come on, man. That's a 3 anyway. Anyway, this is why reviews are kind of pointless. Let's get back to my review. All right, let's try and bring this back up. All right, we got the ticker going up there. So if you like reviews and you like, I don't know, beer, you like craft, please subscribe, tell your friends, give the thumbs up. Don't subscribe, all the same to me. Here's my version. Let's just for verification's sake, it's a Peroni Libera. Peroni Libera sounds like a good name, doesn't it? Sounds like it would be like a 1940s baseball player. All right, let's dump that in the glass. That's a clean glass. Just double check. I have a feeling this is going to be really pale, and it's not as pale as I thought it was going to be. Okay, that's pretty good. You know what, right? I'll tell you what they've got nailed. Right now, just visually, if you want to look cool and you want to hang with the cool lager drinking kids, that looks as real as a real Peroni. Like head to head, that's hard to tell that that's not a real Peroni, isn't it? Let me smell it. Okay, it smells sweeter and grainier than a real Peroni. It's pretty, I wouldn't say it's obviously alcohol free, but it certainly smells, you know, not quite on. All right, let's try it. Okay. So I don't drink Peroni, really. Not entirely true, but I'm a craft beer snob, hence I have a whole YouTube channel talking about it. But every now and then I like a good European lager. Like if I'm out playing sports of any kind, I play ultimate frisbee. If you like ultimate frisbee, there's a lot of running around, a hot day. It's hard to beat a sort of a really nice light dry lager just to kind of go woo. It's really good. Replaces sugars in your body. I heard somebody once say that a beer immediately after playing hard sports is actually healthy for you. I don't know who that was or how reliable that was, but I like to believe it. And this is kind of like that. So it's really malty. It's got that very cereal, toasty white bread kind of thing going on. It's definitely sweet. It's not a dry. And of the lagers, it's actually a little bit more like a Kronenberg than a Peroni, I would say. I would guess. We'll try it again. Okay. So like before, I'm not going to score the bottle and it's pointless, right? I mean, this is traditional beer looking, right? It's a Peroni. Do I want to buy it like this? If I see a green export bottle and I see this standard kind of boring, let's call it Budweiser-y, you know what I mean, Heineken, like this just really plain, not even attempting to look like craft beer. I'm sure at one point in time that looked like craft beer, but not anymore. I'm not going to bother. Because they're not even trying for that. So let's just give them a blank on that one and skip right to uniqueness and accuracy for a lager. It's pretty good for a lager. The Lucky Saint, which was a lager that was trying to be the best lager ever, I thought was way more watery, way more bland. I think what they have done, in spite of, for some people, the carb count being way higher, almost double, meaning there's way more sugar left in that lager, it makes it more appealing given that it's a zero alcohol. Touching lightly on if I were to do a what makes beer great about low alcohol, the alcohol doesn't really bring flavor. It just elevates other flavors. That's all it does. It doesn't taste like anything, right? It's not adding to the flavor. And when you screw up a perfectly good beer by taking it out, there's a variety of ways that you can take alcohol out that screws it up. But that's why alcohol-free beers suck. So it's pretty good for the sweetness, and it's so bland that it's not terrible. It's not going that wrong. I think it's all right, better than Lucky Saint. So accuracy for a lager, I'm going to give it a 3. Uniqueness, it's not trying to be unique. It's just trying to be what it was when it wasn't alcohol free. And I think that's just bland. 3. It's not trying to be ununique or unique. So we'll give it a 6 there. I almost feel like I should eliminate it from uniqueness and accuracy because of its straight up attempt just to be itself. You know what? I'm going to do that. Scrap it. Middle of the road. I'm just going to go with flavor on this one. And out of 10, I might actually give it a 7. I think 6. I think my hot day context of a lager, if someone dropped that down in front of me, did not say this is the alcohol-free version or bought it by accident, or I was driving, I wouldn't be super disappointed with it. Amazing, right? I'm going to have to turn in my craft beer badge and gun, right? This is shocking. It's not bad. All right, 7 out of 10. That's okay. That's a 3.5 out of 5. If I could give it a 6.5, I probably would. Yeah, that feels better. That feels better inside of my gut. You know when your gut goes, you got it, buddy. 3.25 out of 5 makes more sense to me and feels good. And that's where I'm going to leave it. I think that's pretty good. All right, so I was pleasantly surprised by Peroni Libera, their famous baseball player from the 50s. And the website's kind of weird. I'm happy that I found the nutrition information, and now you know that it's higher in carbs, lower in calories. And it's not bad. If you're doing dry January and you want to buy something that's kind of a little bit sweeter, a little bit maltier, only a real light yeastiness on the lager and almost vacant hop. So yeah, your traditional European lager. I'm gonna drop it there. Not too bad. Better than Lucky Saint so far of the kind of plain Jane lagers, but much more to come. My name is, where is that? My name is Steve Giguere. This is BeerNative, and thank you very much for watching a BeerNative beer review.